When the Eastern Pulaski School Corporation told a 7th grade girl that she couldn't play football because of her gender, her family responded with a lawsuit.
The suit was filed Wednesday in the U.S. District Court in South Bend. News 18's Elizabeth Rentschler joins us now with more on what this lawsuit says. Elizabeth.
Well, Jeff and Gina, it's definitely a lawsuit that has a lot of people talking, and it's also a decision one gender studies expert says is unfair. Unfair, maybe, but it's a ruling one local school superintendent says should be respected. In his nearly 17 years as a school superintendent, Benton Community School Superintendent Destin Haas has seen it all when it comes to sports.
We've had girls play football, we've had them play wrestling, and we've never had an issue with it.
But on Wednesday, a 7th grader and her family filed a lawsuit against the Eastern Pulaski Community School Corporation for something they did have an issue with, not being allowed to play football with the boys. According to the lawsuit, the 12-year-old girl was told by her principal and athletic director at Winnemac Middle School that she should consider participating in volleyball or cross country instead.
For a lot of people, that this strikes up a lot of anxiety because of the fears that girls are going to get hurt playing sports.
Cheryl Cookie is an associate professor in women's gender studies at Purdue. Cookie says despite the passage of Title IX 40 years ago, contact sports are often seen as off limits to women, but she says that shouldn't be the case.
If we're going to bring up the issue around concerns of girls getting hurt, we should also ask that question of our boys. And is this a safe sport for our boys to play?
And Haas agrees. Benton Community Schools and Eastern Pulaski are relatively the same in class size, and Haas says he lets his athletes know what they're getting into when they try out for the team.
When we've had girls that have participated either in football or wrestling, we tell our student athletes in those years saying you treat them just like you would anyone else. They're just another player, they're another wrestler.
While Haas says they allow students to participate in whichever sport they'd like, he also says it's a decision that should be left up to individual school districts and, more importantly, the community.
When you're forming policies and situations or even guidelines, you look at what your community would be for or be against, and I don't think anybody's ever complained about that in our community about girls or boys playing in the different sports or being involved in different activities.
Now, News 18 spoke with Eastern Pulaski School Superintendent Dan Foster today. He tells us he doesn't feel comfortable commenting on the case just yet because he hasn't received a copy of the lawsuit. Elizabeth Rentschler, News 18.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you. Thousands of Boilermakers